created councils then to reflect our membership and our country. So Randolph is the chair of the African American Franchise Council, which is the first organization that's dedicated to African American entrepreneurs in franchising.
Okay.
Then we have the India Franchise Council as well that is here. We have the Latino Franchise Council, Diversity Fran for the LGBTQ community, First Responder Fran for first responders, police, firefighters, and EMTs, and then our Veterans Franchise Council.
Okay.
So most of those, not the veterans, there was a Vet Fran that had been created, but all the other ones were the first of their kind. Where then we stepped up and said, it has to be inclusive for everybody. The International Franchise Association, which has since changed the way that they create these entities, had one called Minority Fran. And so we said, what's a minority? I mean, what's a minority, right? I mean, how do you get to celebrate the wins that a community has? It has to, then speak to the community. So that's what Randolph and his team are doing within the FCC. Then we have a sports marketing agency where we do endorsement deals with celebrities and pro athletes and franchise brands. So are you a Braves fan?
Somewhat.
Okay. Well, Ronald Acuna Jr. is a nice guy. So he's here at the Braves. We did a deal with them, and the first people you'll probably see when you walk in called the Big Peach Car Wash. Okay. So we created an endorsement partnership deal with him and them. Then Kyle Kuzma, do you know him? Plays for the Wizards. So Kyle, we did a deal with him and Mahana Fresh, which is a healthy bowls concept, kind of like Chipotle, but better. And a whole bunch of others. So that's what we kind of bring these worlds together. And then a marketing and advertising company called Fran Adco. So been doing this for 22 years. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like you covered all the pieces and all the different communities.
We tried to, we tried to. I mean, I think, I was born in Greece. We came to this country when I was a kid. We had very little. And, in America, no matter where you come from, if you want to go somewhere, you can do it. If you work hard, if you do the right things. And I think franchising gives us that opportunity. And, one of the things that we're really focused on is, in the African American community, the incidence of business creation is lower than in other communities. And I believe it's a factor of a couple of things. Probably the biggest one is lending. So access to capital within the African American community is significantly lower than in any other community. So I'd done a study, this was in the February issue of the Journal, that if we got Mr. Flippin. How you doing?
What's up, brother? Welcome.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Glad to be here.
Yes, this is William Flippin.
Tony Haygood.
Nice to meet you, Tony.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, Mayor
of Tuskegee. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Macon County.
Yeah, Macon County. You got it.
Deontay, nice to
meet you. Deon. Pleasure.
Pastor Flippin is also the co-chair of the African American Franchise Council and a member of the FCC.
All right, tremendous. Been down to Macon County?
I have.
Oh, good.
I have, yeah. The former president, Dr. McNair, Lily McNair, I know very well, her husband.
I know her and her husband. Robert's very well.
I spoke there for the MLK like 5 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
I love it.
Yeah. And William had written some great articles for the February issue of the Journal. We were just talking about, the incidence of business creation in the African American community. If we can get that to the same percentage as within the white community, it adds something like $6 trillion to our GDP. Think about that. I mean, it's crazy. So all we have to do is connect capital to entrepreneurs, because everybody's the same. So the same percentage of business owners and ideas that are in any community are in every community. So if we create the opportunities for those ideas then to become real, then we help everybody. So that's really been the mission of William and Randolph and Terrence West, who you'll meet, and all the other folks at the AAFC, because they have access to everything as partners. He's a partner also in the FCC. We do our trade shows. We want to put pavilions in. Our magazines, we can advertise. Our brokers, we can put companies there. I believe that using our sports marketing business, Global Influencers Group, and getting people like Kyle Kuzma or Winnie Harlow or Ronald Acuna Jr. to then promote business growth, that then we can have maybe deeper conversations with Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and say, you know, just as you're promoting home ownership, promote business creation, because that then really brings jobs and taxes into communities. So, you know, we'd love to work with you and, you know, talk about how we can do that all across the country.
I was here week before last, and Wells Fargo's doing a big thing with some of the businesses in the African American community. They're working with the African American Mayors Association.
Okay.
We have mayors from all over the United States who were here.
Oh, really? I wish we had known about that. Yeah. Well, okay. Next time.
Yeah. 100 mayors who were here. We normally meet in D.C. and they decided to meet here this year.
Okay.
And everybody from Mayor Adams in New York, Mayor of Cleveland, Mayor of Baltimore.
Okay.
Naturally, the Mayor of Atlanta was here in Atlanta.
Is Mayor Johnson from Dallas there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mayor Johnson. I bet the former mayor there too, in Dallas.
Okay.
He was there, and Carolina mayors, but mayors from all over.
Yeah.
And it was pretty good. It was great company. Yeah.
Okay. I wish we
it,
could have been there. Yeah. Well,
but that's when I realized how much Wells Fargo was doing now.
Okay.
In our communities.
You know, they're difficult. I've found with their SBA lending.
Okay.
Where if you want to buy McDonald's,
right,
you got all the access to capital you want. But if somebody's created, you know, we had a company here 2 years ago, local company, they had launched a fish fry concept, and it was delicious. And they had ancillary products, African American owned, you know, different batter products they were making. It was a real family, you know, business. I guarantee you Wells Fargo wouldn't lend. If I wanted to buy one, say I want to open one in Miami, I couldn't get capital from Wells Fargo.
Okay.
So that's where I think we need to work. It's great that they put on these, we support.
Yeah, we support,
okay. Now show it on a grassroots level, because that's really where it matters. It's not, you know, you're worth $50 million and you want to buy a hotel. Look, we'll lend you money.
Right.
It's the guy that says, I believe in these people and I want to bring this, because then that's what's going to create more jobs.
Builds.
That's what builds.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, and I am very happy to be a party to that conversation, bring whatever resources we have there, because ultimately it's good for America.
Yeah.
You know?
It's tremendous.
Yeah.
Cover quite a bit.
You want a tour?
Yeah.
All right, let's show you what we got going on. You want to come with? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Keith, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Don't break me, man. And then we also own all of the logistics behind this. So the trucks, the tables, the chairs, all the stuff is ours.
Oh, okay.
And so that way we can kind of, you know, when the circus, grab one of those pieces. Thanks. There you go, Mayor.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
You like
that.
a water? Okay, sorry, we'll get you one on the way down. All right, so here's some other Georgians, I guess we would call them. They got the cover of our magazine. This is Todd and Zoe Rivers.
Hey, Todd, how you doing? Tony Higa, Tuskegee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good to meet you. Zoe? Yeah, good to meet you. Yeah.
So they,
Big Peach Car Wash.
Yeah. All over the country, and soon to be. They launched here in Georgia, and you know, long tunnel car wash, 120-foot, 2-acre type facility. They've got, how many do you guys have?
9 operating and 20 in development.
Okay.
Whoa.
And a whole lot more coming. And
Big
so
Peach out of Georgia, out of Atlanta.
Yeah, we're in a town called Forsyth, Georgia. Which is right
Forsyth, okay.
And that's where we're based out of.
Yeah,
So we've got locations in Conyers, Kennesaw, we're building a location up here in Atlanta.
Whoa.
Macon.
Yeah.
All over.
That's why the Big Peach.
That's right.
Good.
But I love. We're talking. You know, if you're going to go outside of Georgia, is Big Peach going to really convey what you're doing? Is that going to impact you? And I think you might have had one of the best responses in franchising. I don't care.
And we opened one in Florida, so it's interesting. We opened one in Florida and they asked us that question. And we're like, no, let's put up Big Peach.
Yeah.
And everybody remembers it. Because they're like, kind of weird, you know, but you remember it. You know? And so the one in Florida's taking off like a rocket ship. So
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And so we did the deal with Acuna and the Big Peach team, and that was right before he was named MVP,
Whoa,
right?
okay.
So so if you guys have to definitely connect maybe after the show and come on down and meet Ronald and see what he's doing to grow businesses, not only throughout Georgia but all over the country.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
All right,
Have
Todd.
a good day.
Oh, this is fun. So I assume you have a police department?
Yes, we do.
So this was born out of training for police departments and special forces, and then they turned it into a franchise.
Whoa.
And so it's, you guys want to take a shot or two? So it's more realistic gaming.
Right.
So now, they saw how useful it was for police and so forth. So they thought, well, there's probably something we can do here. So it's police and military grade technology, but then you go, and you have your friends go and hang out and shoot them up and have a couple of drinks and stuff like that.
So,
and then all the guns they're actually like, they feel like they're real. So they've got CO2, so there's kickback and so forth.
So you're not actually shooting live ammo or
No, it's
anything?
lasers.
Oh, it's lasers. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
But the guns have been modified so they feel like there's an
okay,
actual round going. Yeah.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Keep the budget, instead of blowing through all that ammo. Yeah. And, if you guys want, I'm sure we can do a couple shots here. We'll keep it rolling. But,
oh yeah, it would be.
then of course our friends from AT&T,
Yeah.
the mayor and his team.
How you doing? Tony Hager, Tuskegee. Hogan, how you doing? Alex, good to meet you. Alex? Chris? Yeah, good to meet you. The AT&T team. Always a good one. Good to see you, man.
Look good.
Thank you. AT&T is franchising.
They're here to provide services to the businesses and so on.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
And then they also sell a license type business. Yeah. This is Ashley.
Hello, Ashley.
From CRS.
Tony Hager from Tuskegee, CRS recovery specialist. Recovering contents from
fires and floods.
disasters, fires, floods. Okay, good.
Yeah, so we work directly with insurance carriers, and they pay us directly for our claims.
Okay.
Whenever we have them, basically we go out, we take everything out of the home. Whenever you have a fire flood,
Right.
we bring it back to our warehouse. We clean it, deodorize it, and store it until the repairs are done, and then we bring everything back. So we're kind of like a moving company, a cleaning company, and a storage company all in one.
Great. And this is franchise opportunity?
It is, yeah. They launched about a year and a half ago. They've sold over 60 locations already, and they have another 10 in the hopper. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
They launched here with us, so we're very proud of what Ashley and her team have done.
Great.
And really, when things like this happen, somebody's got to take care of grandma's china. And so they have a very rigorous training, much more so than like a Serve Pro, a Service Master.
Right.
And in fact, those companies outsource this work to CRS. So their franchisees get paid. There's a disaster, they get paid to go out to the house, to take the stuff out of the house, transport it back to their warehouse, clean it, and then every day that it's stored, the insurance company is paying.
Whoa.
Not a bad business.
Y'all got some
So if you
folks
know
in-
anybody down in Macon
in
who's looking
Texas
for a
right
good
now?
one.
You got some folks down there right now?
Yeah, there's we have as far as franchises go, we have one that's getting ready to launch in Cypress, Texas, right outside of Houston, and then we have a gentleman that just bought 2 territories in Plano area.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, Texas is pretty readily available still.
Yeah,
And they're
I was
going
just
quick.
talking about the flood in Houston.
I seen that, yeah, we've seen that. It was a little bit outside of where our guy that's just opening
Right,
is, but
yeah.
I seen that tractor trailer, the guy trying to get out of the tractor trailer the other day.
Oh boy, it just ran on opposite.
It was bad.
But here's,
That's a good business. That's a definitely good business.
we have our warehouses in Texas.
Here and pick up information for it. Or
Okay.
for every company.
Yes. Okay.
But I'm gonna remember to make this one special.
Yeah.
So our warehouse, where we store all this stuff, is
Right.
in Houston. That was the view from the loading dock.
Oh.
Yeah. So the guy said, what should we do? I said, well, don't go swimming in it, first of all. Grab a couple
Don't
of beers.
drive.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot really that you
Yeah,
can do.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was.
Are we all up high enough to get around?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
good.
were. Yeah, we were.
Man,
I know.
that's the
Crazy.
thing you really have to consider these days. My uncle years ago before he passed, he lived in Savannah. So when he moved as a professor, he went and got on the street, and it was a nice street. I was just wondering why he was just making a big deal about how he lives at the highest point sea level in the city. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm young. I'm like, oh, okay, big deal.
Yeah.
But he was making a big deal out of it, and that his house was on the street. It was a street that went like this, came back around like this, and he was up here. He's saying, I'm the highest point on the street. I never thought about it till Savannah had flood.
And his house didn't get impacted.
Because he's like, Savannah's like New Orleans almost. They're almost below sea level.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
You
I
don't
live
think
in
about things,
Miami, so we think about this. So this is Mahana. This is another one that we did. Here's Kyle.
Who did you talk about?
Yeah, and that's actually about how tall he is.
Yeah.
Super guy. His girlfriend is Winnie Harlow. And so, you know, the power of celebrity is really amazing. So when we did this deal with the two of them, they sold 65 units in a month.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because he's got something like 6 million Instagram followers.
Right.
Winnie has like 11. So they put it out there, and it's such a big...
Who's Kuzma playing for now?
Wizards.
He was?
Washington
the
Wizards.
Okay. Was he with LA at one time?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, when I think about how do we impact job creation and business creation, wealth creation in the community, it's, you know, we have all of these resources that they just have to be put together the right way.
Right.
So Kyle, Mahana, Acuna, Big Peach, and there's so many, Shaq, Papa John's, right?
Yeah.
If we bring people together in the right way, and then, you know, to the smaller entrepreneurs, say, come and learn. You know, we have our seminars going on finance, marketing, accounting, HR, best practices. The AAFC, African American Franchise Council, has a panel that's coming up with entrepreneurs from the community saying, this is what I did, this is what I learned. And what I've seen is, you know, when the Indian American community does those panels, there are people in the audience it resonates with.
Sure.
You know, but if I'm speaking maybe to an Indian American audience, it's going to resonate some, but then there are going to be others, they might not catch it all.
Right.
So that's where I think we need to bring and celebrate the people from the communities that have, you know, gotten over the mountain.
Success.
To be able to say, here's the path that I took.
Oh, yeah.
And to teach younger generations that, you know, maybe you can't be a Kyle Kuzma.
Right.
I can't. But I can tell you, if you own a successful plumbing business anywhere in this country and you've got 10 vans out on the road, you're probably making as much as Kyle Kuzma.
Oh, yeah.
And you're not worried about breaking your leg and then going away. Like, that's forever, you know. This is very cool. Yeah. So it's like the sleeper because they don't have their franchise documents done yet. It's en route. The SK Group out of Korea, which is building a $500 million battery factory in Georgia.
Right.
Okay, you know that. So 109, the fourth largest company in Korea. LG, Samsung, Hyundai, SK.
Right.
They're behind this one.
Okay.
So what they're doing is they're turning electrical vehicle charging into a franchise. So you own a territory, kind of like now you own all the gas stations.
Right. Yeah.
And then what we're doing with First Responder Fran is we're going to give away the franchise to disabled firefighters.
Oh, okay.
Because they know the area, they know that all the cities that they're in.
Right.
And so, or first responders, and then veterans will be after that. But the firefighters have really helped us, and they have a real interest in that.
Okay.
So the idea then is that we can tie local first responders from communities into what is really the wave of the future.
Right.
And the way these make money, it's so simple. It's you plug this into your car and you're paying. Do you have an EV?
No, I don't.
Vehicle?
I'm thinking
Okay.
about getting one.
They call it. Here you go. They call it range fear. That you're going to run out of juice.
Yeah.
And now there are not enough of these out there.
Right.
And you know, you pop this thing in, you're paying, you know, you as the business owner, 15 cents a kilowatt hour.
Right.
And then you're charging 60 cents a kilowatt hour.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very simple business.
Yeah.
You don't need somebody there.
Right.
Right? Now this is what's known as a level 2 charger. think of it like a trickle charger. It might take 8 hours to charge up. The bigger ones, we just shipped the one that we had back. It's known as a level 3 charger. Now there you need heavy electric, like 480 kilowatts. Not a lot of places have that because the electrical grid isn't great. But we're working on something very cool with the level 3s. You can put them in airports and heavy industrial areas. But these, which are very inexpensive, you can put literally anywhere.
That's also
so imagine a firefighter, maybe a municipality. You can put them in all of your municipal lots and then monetize in a very different way that parking spot. Because right now it's not. There are only a couple of parking spots that have them, but it really should be. They all have them.
How long does it take to charge on this one? You said about 8 hours?
About 8 hours.
Okay.
With these, it's about 40 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
The cables on these are like this. Are you like?
Yeah. Well, so we just came from our utility board conference. I'm on our utilities board.
Okay.
And this was one of the things we discussed. Amping up all of our community. We have 11 cities in our co-op.
Okay.
And we're expanding our capabilities to manage the demand for electrical charging. And we just built a 1,000-acre solar park, and we're going to build a second one.
Okay. So one of the things that is behind this, so the former Undersecretary of Defense, General Anthony Tata, is on our board. He was the Secretary of Transportation in North Carolina.
Right.
And so we're working with this group. They're actually the guys that designed the F-22 Raptor airplane.
Oh, yeah.
It's really like out there guys. They came up with, it's a half-ton carbon fiber disc. Okay, it's probably 6 feet across. And they spin it up to 10,000 RPMs. And then they break it. And then the kinetic energy, energy isn't lost, right? Remember from physics. So when it stops, that energy goes somewhere. It goes into a transformer, and then it goes into the level 3 charger. So instead of having to upgrade the entire electrical grid, the idea is you can put these units and then have your own power. And what they use to spin it up are F1 electrical motors. So some of the stuff that's coming in the future is mind-blowing, but it all makes perfect sense. Think about like a Prius. On a Prius, when you pump the brakes, it feeds the energy back into the, right? It's the same system here. So SK is massive. I mean, I'd love to put you in contact with them. The CEO, Andreas Lips, terrific guy, and they're making big-time investments into Georgia already.
Okay.
So if you were interested, these would be the people to talk.
Yeah, we want to talk to them. We just have a new automotive plant. As a matter of fact, we're going to dedicate it on June 18th.
Okay.
They're from South Korea. They're the largest die-cast aluminum maker in South Korea.
In your county?
Yeah, in our
Amazing.
city.
Okay, your city.
When we went over there, we saw the plant 2 years ago. We saw what it was like. They came over. Our plant is twice the size of their plant, largest plant in South Korea.
Everything grows bigger in Georgia.
And we're supplying Hyundai, Kia, and the Ford F-150 Lightning truck.
Okay.
And they're going to do the battery cases for the F-150 Lightning truck in Tuskegee.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And you got some good stuff going on.
Yeah, we got a few things going. That's why I'm interested in that particularly.
Okay. I will connect you on Randolph and William. Get you connected. Here's some fun stuff.
Okay.
This is cool. Do you know crumble cookies? Have you ever heard of crumble cookies?
Yeah.
Okay. Now imagine crumble cookies, but on a croissant. Pet funerals and memorials. 70 million dogs in the United States. You know what they all have in common? They're going to die.
Yeah, you're right.
And somebody's going to do something with them. This is the only franchise in the space. They just launched, and it's unreal.
Oh, yeah.
So the costs, average ticket's about $500 to cremate a dog, put it into an urn, and so on. Their cost is probably $20.
Oh.
Yeah. It's an amazing business. Okay, here's another of the future. Yeah, so here, he's the CEO. I'll introduce you in a second. This is the largest robotics distributor in the world.
Whoa.
They're partnered with SoftBank and LG. They just did a deal with Marriott where they're going to be the exclusive provider of cleaning, delivery, service robots to Marriott.
When I was in Korea at the airport, we were standing like we're talking, and I was getting my bag. We got one of our guys, there was three of us. He was standing up for a period of time looking at something. Something came across the room, and it was funny. I saw it coming. He had his back turned. The robot had come up to him and started talking to us. So you need some help? And the robot noticed he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
And they had one that was in a restaurant that we had. Great restaurant. And it came and said, how's it going? Good to see you. All right. It came and brought you your food.
Yes.
They put it from the back, it loaded up, and it knows what table to go through, maneuvers through the restaurant, and brings you your food.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
So what we're doing here, one of my other board members, the 14th Assistant Secretary of Health and Human Services, Admiral Joxel Garcia. So they do a lot of hospital robots for cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
So we're doing a study right now to see when a robot is cleaning a hospital, is the bounce back rate, you get fixed in the hospital, you leave, then you get sick, you come back. Most people think it's because of infections.
Right.
By in unclean facilities.
Yeah.
So if you have a robot that's cleaning, does it clean better than a human? And the answer is yes. So now the study is, what percentage do we drop bounce back and deaths when you leave a hospital? Whoa. So it's really pretty interesting. Elad Inbar.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Tony Haygood, Tuskegee. Great to meet you. Yeah. Interesting robots.
Yeah. So we are helping business owners automate tasks that people don't want to do anymore.
Right.
Think about hotel owners; they can't find people to vacuum the carpets.
That's right.
We have robots that can do that.
Okay.
Restaurants that deliver food. People don't want to be servers in restaurants.
I've been in a restaurant where
you've seen it.
Brought food to the table.
Yeah, exactly.
To the table.
Same with customer service. I don't know if you see a robot over there in the back. Okay. We have over 40 different robot types, from cooking to cleaning, and we are helping different businesses like hotels, assisted.
And they're selling franchises
as
well. So you get a territory
opportunities.
Yeah.
And we help them to automate where people don't want to do jobs anymore.
Yeah. So y'all franchise this.
And we're looking for partners to take local areas and we have robot lab for that area.
Great.
We're doing it for 16 months.
Gotta go. Okay. Oh, you got it.
Hyundai and
thank you.
someone else.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mind if I get that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good
to meet you.
In our industrial area.
Okay.
But we want to promote more of that, and we want
Okay.
to promote more business to come to the city. We have a university there. We need more entertainment. We need more food choices. We need more business, period.
Tuskegee, Selma, Mayor Perkins down there in Selma. I just talked to him yesterday. We got a meeting at the end of the month. We got 64 African American cities in Alabama.
Okay.
Now, out of that 64, you probably got 10 or 15 that could deal with franchises that need assistance in getting into that.
Yeah.
Selma's a great opportunity because of the tourism picking up there.
Right. Well, and such a historic city.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's, as it led the way in human rights, so it leads the way in entrepreneurship. If we created a consortium of the mayors and the cities, and then we could, of course, do a show there, put it in our magazine, lobby, the SBA and so on. We could talk with hundreds of franchisors, the CEOs, to say, come to this important symposium to lead the way into, the future, and bring people together. And if people are talking about it, they start investing into it.
Yeah.
I would be honored to work with you on something like that. Sure, it'd be an honor.
Well, there's multiple cities and multiple opportunities there.
And you and I, young lady, we're gonna.
Did I get his card?
Yeah, I got it.
You got it? Okay, you got it.
I would probably have one up front.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I know you guys have to bust on out, but now I think we've made a connection here, Mayor.
We really appreciate it. Look forward to following up.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. Great opportunities.
Thanks. Yeah, imagine there's a whole other row here.
Yeah.